Paper Crafters, this is Colette. Many of you might know that I have been on the design team for Practical Publishing here in Australia for quite a few years now, and I love to create lots of beautiful cards for them. I wanted to share with you a collection of cards that I've got coming very shortly into one of the magazines. It's Love Card Making, and it's issue 23, and I have got 6 Father's Day cards to share with you. I decided to use this beautiful Stampery clockwise scrapbooking paper pad. It's beautiful, it's masculine and vintage, and I thought it would make great cards for the magazine. So let's take a quick look at the cards. So here we go. Nice and easy, but they look really cute. So in the magazine I'm showing you how to create your own sentiment labels, and there's quite a few little techniques in that. So this card, we've just got some beautiful chipboard and some brads, and the title of this one is Time to Remember. So a nice, easy and quick one. Next we've got another nice little quickie. This one here, there's only one thing more precious than our time, and that's who we spend it on. That's a lovely saying, and I think very appropriate for Father's Day. So we have this beautiful clock that we've cut out from one of the pattern papers, and we've popped that up on the card for added dimension. And we've got some lovely cord and twine, which is all very masculine in its feel. We don't need anything too fancy for these cards, but they do look really cool. So again, keeping it nice and simple, these gorgeous little squares were actually pictures of the full-size papers, and these can be found on the back of the paper pad, and I thought they were just too yummy not to use. So a very quick and simple card here. But can you notice I've actually got some beautiful decorative scoring just to give it a little bit more of an interesting touch. Next up we have some beautiful tags and some vellum. So I've wrapped some vellum on the actual card, and I've put a couple of tags in there. Now we've got one of the lovely sidestep cards. I'll just put that to one side so you can see here. So I'll show you how to do that in the magazine. As with all the cards, you get step-by-step instructions to take you through how to produce these. So that's a gorgeous big clock, and I love all those cogs and wheels. And of course we've got a bit of vellum just to add a bit of softness, and a lovely Happy Father's Day sentiment, which of course I show you how to make. And our final card, which is the one I really want to concentrate on in the video today, is this really lovely masculine one. So we've got a couple of really cute embellishments on this. The little pencil, which looks absolutely adorable. Can you see that? Pretty cool, hey? And the beautiful origami fold tie. So that's what I want to show you, as well as how to create the little pocket to put the pencil into. So first up I want to show you how I've actually made this particular shirt. So I have here a piece of patterned paper which is 10 centimeters by 13.5 centimeters, and what I want to do is roughly about 1.5 centimeters down from the top, and about 2.5 centimeters going in on each side. I just want to do a little line and a line, and then I'm simply going to cut. Now you can cut with scissors or a craft knife, but for speed I'm just going to go in with my scissors here. Now probably done this a little bit smaller, but that's okay. And then we're just going to fold these in. So we've got a modern shirt here with a bit of a smaller lapel. Okay, can you see that there? So that's our shirt. For the pocket I have got a little piece of card which measures 2.5 centimeters by 3.5 centimeters, and I've scored this at 0.5 centimeter and 1 centimeter along the top. So the 1 centimeter fold becomes a valley, so I'm creating a valley fold, and then the next one becomes a mountain fold. Alright, looks like that. And then all I need to do is put a little bit of adhesive underneath that first one. To hold that in place, and also just in here on that second one. And just hold that in place. Now because we want this to be a proper pocket and we're going to put something in it, I just want to give it a little bit of shape. So I have a skewer here, and all I'm going to do is to roll that like this and like this, and that gives me a kind of a curve there, so I can actually pop something into that. Now to stick this down onto our shirt, I'm just going to zoom this out a little bit. What I need to do is I'm just going to put some adhesive around the edge of my pocket. Okay, just popping that down like that. So and then we'll just hold that in place for a few minutes, and that will be sealed up beautifully. So when you hold that up, you can see you've got a bit of room there in your pocket. Okay, so that's done. Next, let's have a look at how we make the beautiful and very, very cute little pencil. I've got a little scrap of card. You can see it's about 2.5 centimeters long, and probably 2.5 centimeters wide. And what I've done is I've put some adhesive tape here on this end. I've got 3 of the 6mm pieces, but you really don't need a lot. If you've got the thicker tape, you could just probably get away with 1 run of that. So I've just put mine quite close together, and I'm now going to just take this, and I've got a skewer, and I just want to kind of just roll this roughly, just kind of break the fibers almost a little bit, just kind of get it into condition. And then what I'm going to do is take the backing off, and then I'm going to get my skewer again, and I'm going to pop this down with just the end poking out. So that's going to be the end of our pencil, and then I'm just going to wrap this around the skewer. These are so cute, these little pencils. Excellent. So once I've done that, I'm simply just going to cut away that excess, and then just make sure that end bit is really nicely sealed down. We're going to put that at the back so it doesn't really matter. Awesome. So that's that done there, and now I just need to create a little bit of an end. So I am going to get a black marker, and I am simply going to mark up the end. Now it really does look like a pencil. Pretty cool, hey? Alright, so once I've done that, all I then need to do is to chop it down to size. So looking here at the shirt I did earlier, so I wanted to stick out, so just chopping that down a little bit. My big hefty scissors. Now you want to make sure the end is nicely dry, otherwise you'll end up getting your shirt. So I usually just pop that to one side for a few minutes, and then once you've done that, that can quite happily just pop into your shirt and then just stick out there. So that's the pencil. So the next thing I want to show you is how to make this absolutely gorgeous origami tie. So I want to have a nice blue tie to contrast with my kind of beigey shirt front. So what you need to do is you need to put this wrong side up. So I'm going to flip it over, and we want to work with it on the diagonal. So the very first thing we want to do is we need to do our diagonal crease. So I'm just going to take my ruler, I'm going to put that in my center position, and then I'm simply going to take this and fold this down up against the edge of the ruler here, just like that. And then the other piece also gets folded in to here too. Now you do want to use a bone folder for this because it gets a little bit thick as you're progressing, but I like that because it adds lovely dimension onto our cards. So what we've ended up with is what looks like a kite. Yep, like that. So the next thing we need to do is we need to flip this over, and what we're going to do is we're going to bring this down a little way. So probably, let's have a look, about 2.5 centimeters, something like that. Okay, so just bringing that point down into the center using your bone folder, and then what I want to do is to bring this point up to about the halfway mark, thereabouts. Okay, so can you see what that's looking like? So this has gone down, and then I folded this up to about the halfway mark. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to fold it where that tip is here, back up over. Okay, so we're going to have a little knot here for our gentleman. So once I've done that, what I can then do is flip this over to the back and continue with my creasing. So I'm going to fold this again into that center point. And the same on the other side, so folding the whole thing in to the center. And that basically, more or less, is our little tie done. Can you see that? And if you wanted, what you can do is you can undo that little piece there, and then you can just glue that behind, and that will hold that nice and shut like that. So this wraps up around and inside that little pocket that's formed, so that little pocket that's formed there. So that's our beautiful little tie. So let's have a look at our shirt. So we would then put lots of adhesive, a bit of adhesive in there to hold the folds together, and we would just pop that down onto our shirt, and a bit of glue down to hold that, and we have a really pretty little tie, shirt front and pencil. And all we have to do is to stick that onto our lovely card. So cute. Love these cards. I think they're really nice and masculine. So those are my 6 cards for Father's Day on in the Love Card Making magazine, remember issue 23. So please go out, buy the magazine, enjoy all the other lovely designer cards that you have in there, and everything is step by step. Thank you so much for watching. My name's Colette. I hope to see you another time. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye for now.